Good morning. How do you get free leads for your construction renovation companies? How do you get free leads for 3 months to 12 months guaranteed without paying a dime, without doing anything, without creating websites, without creating pay-per-click campaigns, without hiring a marketing company, or without, handing over a bunch of money that you're never going to see again? How do you get free leads? Well, it's a long explanation, but let me start by saying when I was running my construction 20 years ago, construction renovation company more than 20 years ago, when we designed a website, we were one of the first ones to design a website in our area. And because no one else did that, we got all the work that we can handle. We had free leads. We had more work than we can handle, quality leads, very expensive renovation projects. So why did that happen? It happened because we were ahead of the curve. I spend a lot of time on Facebook groups, and I find that most people are still thinking the same way they thought 20 years ago, referrals. And some of the ones that are doing marketing, they're doing pay-per-click campaigns. So to me, that's like putting your company on crack cocaine. And once your company is on crack and dependent on it, and you hire more people and you're dependent on the success, now you really depend on that crack cocaine. Now you really need to do marketing. I was speaking with a company that was doing $175,000 of marketing each year for their company. That's definitely a company on crack cocaine. Yes, they were successful. Yes, they were doing close to $20 million, but they were spending a lot of their profits on getting these leads, which didn't make a lot of sense to me. So let me backtrack a little bit more. About 15 years ago, we worked on a campaign for a moving company. And the moving company just said, we want more leads, just like everybody else asks. And I asked the question, well, do you want more leads? What type of leads do you want? Do you want to, run more trucks? Do you want to hire more people? Do you want, to do more work? Or do you just want to control the sale and hire subcontractors and delegate the work out to, either your employees or preferably subcontractors or your competition, right? Because when you control the sale, now you have choices in what you do with that lead, right? All you want is the profit. So if your profit is 10%, if after you pay the insurance, gas, and employees for the trucks and doing the work and managing the crews and training and hiring more people and running a business, and you make $10 million, and out of that $10 million, you might get 10% if you're lucky. Most companies make 2% after you pay your taxes and everything else. So when you talk to your accountant, your tax returns shows 2 to 5% usually, or 10%, right? But you do an awful lot of work. You're spending 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week doing all that work. What if you didn't have to do any of the work and you still got 10%? Right? So that's a sales organization instead of a construction organization. And most people don't understand that, because when you delegate a lead, as an example, if you want to be a sales organization, you could just take 10% off the top and they keep the rest, right? Without investing 60 hours a week. But that's a whole other conversation. What we're talking about today is about, the moving company, where we put together more than 1,000 moving companies on one website, and each moving company had 10 to 15 landing pages, commercial moving, furniture moving, residential moving, piano moving, and stuff like that. So each landing page had a specific service, like piano moving Orlando, Texas, if there is such a thing. So each landing page created a service and a town, and that's why you needed thousands and thousands of landing pages. Now, How does this apply to you? Now look at Amazon as an example. Amazon is the authority. Why are they authority? Because they connected all the small retailers, right? Amazon is just a bunch of retailers in one place. Every time you search for a pen, a shovel, a screw, whatever it is, Amazon shows up first, second, or third, right? Because they have a dominant website. They've spent millions and millions of dollars creating these websites, right? So, but all they're doing is connecting people, retailers with consumers, right? So what if we were to connect, let's say, roofing companies with other roofing companies and created 1,000 different roofing companies all in one area to create these leads? So someone searches, metal roof leak Texas, or metal roof leak small town in Texas. That's a landing page. They go to that landing page, they see, oh, these people have been doing, metal roofing repairs in my town for the last, 5-10 years, whatever it is. They have very reasonable, reviews. They've been in business for a while. They look like they know what they're doing. They're showing me before and after pictures all on one page. And all I have to do is fill in this form and I get a free quote, right? And that goes directly to that company. And that's what we're doing. We're uniting over 1,000 roofing companies, painting companies, on a separate site, moving companies, and landscaping, concrete foundation companies, and so on. So we're separating these companies into each website, then connecting all the websites, which is something over and above that Amazon doesn't do. I mean, they do connect different countries, but they don't connect in terms of backlinks the different websites. Sorry, I'm being too technical. But what does it mean to you? It means if you have a website, it can give you a backlink to your website, and the leads that you're getting from your website, they're probably 1 to 5 or 0. You still get those, but you would get a lot more from this index site that we're talking about. And the index sites are linked and backlinked to give massive authority. So again, when Amazon shows up for a particular product, is because they have these massive websites that demand the authority from Google. And index sites that we're creating that has, each of the 1,000 landing pages or companies have, 10 or 20 different landing pages, creates a massive authority again to Google, and the small local guy cannot compete, right? Because it's a massive amount of work and a massive amount of websites. So we're building these websites. We're using previous history and previous successes to build these websites. These websites are going to cost over $100,000 each. Plus, we need crews to maintain them or so on. So if you're thinking you can do this yourself, you're welcome to do it. But be prepared to spend a ton of money to do this. But it'd be easier just to sign up, get your own landing page. We'll show you how to create your own landing pages, and you get free leads, for 3 to 12 months, right? And once you see that these leads are coming in, then we're going to ask you to, create a truck wrap to reflect the brand that we're representing. In the case of roofing, we're talking about Wow One Day Roof, which is a brand we've been working on for close to 15 years now. And we've have aging websites. So when we start doing this, Google recognize it as a dominant site already that's been around for a long time and has credibility. We're just building on that credibility, and your results, your leads will come in a lot faster. I hope that makes sense. I touched on quite a few different things, but what it means to you is join early, focus on getting leads. And once we are delivering you leads on a regular basis, 1 lead, 5 leads per day, or 5 leads per week, whatever you can handle, Now that you know that leads are coming in, you can hire a salesperson to handle these leads and you can focus on production, right? When you only focus on production, I'm not saying you have to work with your hands, but lead your teams. And now you can start elevating your company to the next level and start creating quality of life. Does that make sense? I touched on a lot of different things. Please ask your questions, comments below. Let's start a conversation. Let's start getting you some free leads, right? Let's get you ahead of the curve. Everyone else is thinking 20 years ago. Start thinking tomorrow. Start thinking about what businesses or what consumers need tomorrow and start creating those systems today. And being part of a dominant site is going to help you substantially get there faster. Again, would love to hear your questions, comments below. Let's talk again soon. Take care.